Hey guys, Portia here, and today I want to share with you all step by step how I create my Hot Fix rhinestone t-shirt, just like the one that I'm wearing. I've gotten a lot of questions in various videos about these type of shirts, so I figured I might as well put together a full tutorial and give you all the rundown. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's discuss the basic supplies for Hot Fix rhinestones. So, side note, you already have a Cricut, you already have a silhouette, and you have the usual supplies that go along with those cutting machines. For the Hot Fix rhinestones, we are going to create a template to transfer to a shirt. So we need rhinestone flock, or aka template material. This is Hot Fix rhinestones transfer tape. These are Hot Fix rhinestones, and I have them in a size SS10. And here is size SS6. We have a rhinestone brush, aka paintbrush, and then we have tweezers. I will show you exactly how to use all of these supplies, but we just got to make sure you have what you need to get started. And then I also have a black t-shirt that we're going to actually transfer our design to. Now let's go ahead and move into Cricut design space so I can show you how to prep the design, and then we'll get it printed out. Here is the design that we're going to be using today. I did get it from Etsy, and it will be linked in the description along with all of the other materials we use in today's video. Now guys, I wanted to start here because our designer has given us some important details that we need to pay attention to. So we are using two different size stones. We have our dimensions here, as well as the amount of stones needed to complete the project, as well as the details of how you can download the template. So what type of digital file will you get? Now, because we are going to be using this or cutting this with our Cricut Maker, we're going to bring in the SVG to Cricut design space. Okay, here is our design, and it definitely came over a little bit bigger than what we need. Now it's going to be really important to size it down to ensure that the template matches our stones. So let's go ahead and size it per the instructions we were given in the initial graphic. So we have the width is 10.5 and the height was 4.6. I'm going to hit enter. All right, so this looks better and we can easily work with it. Now, what we need to do next, now you don't have to do this part. Sometimes the designers will give you specific details, but with this one, the graphic pretty much said everything we need to know. But because I have trust issues, let's go ahead and check to ensure that these circles are size 10 SS, and we want to make sure these circles are size 6 SS. Or it's the other way around, guys, but you know what I mean. So in order to test, we are going to say a circle here, and I want to make this circle different or like a little bit brighter so it can stand out from our other circles. Now the sizing for SS10 stones is 0.127 by 0.127. I'm gonna hit enter there. Close this little window over here, and we're going to just make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oh God, it's real big. It's okay. And we are going to just match up this circle right here, and it fits perfectly. That's why sizing it per designer's instructions is really important. So let's just take this same circle, and we're going to size it for the SS6 stones, and the size for that is 0.099 by 0.099. Hit enter. So the word blessed in our design is the size 6 SS stones, and we're just going to place our circle here. I can get it placed there, guys. It fits perfectly. So now we know our template will be printed out correctly. Okay guys, so there's a certain way that I want our template to cut. I want the simply, the actual word, and the heart to cut together. Then we need to have our outline, and then we need to have blessed. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and weld our heart, and simply I'm going to weld that together. Okay, and then I'm also going to change the color of it. So let's head over to make it. All right, so we are going to place our flock on our mat, and I just want to make sure that we have enough spacing so that I can cut each one out and not, it run into the other section. So we do not have to mirror here because remember, we are making a template. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Okay guys, so you see here I did add in rhinestone template because Design Space does not actually have something for rhinestone flock. I did test the flock that I currently have. So guys, I recommend you totally test because it's such a headache messing up materials. Imagine you print all those circles and then you end up wasting your materials because they did not cut properly. So the setting that I have here is the pressure is 350, and I found that it works fine with this particular flock. So I'm going to set it to that. And we're going to go ahead and leave the pressure alone. We're going to leave it at default, and we are going to the maker. We are all cut out. Now it is time to see how well our flock cut, or how well the settings on our Cricut cut the flock. So I did use one of my older mats because this material is super sticky, guys. So what happens is you peel the backing off of the material, you place it directly onto your mat, and what should happen is you should be able to pull it off, and you might have a dot or two there that did not come out as you peel it, and so you can just like pop that out. But the goal is to see the entire design with all the holes out. So what I'm going to do is continue to pull this off the mat and prepare it to get the stones placed inside. The only thing we have left over is our scrap or waste, and you just take your scraper here and you get it off. Now the material is super sticky, guys, the flock material. So I did use one of my older mats that doesn't really stick well. It's perfect for the rhinestone flock because you place the material directly on the mat, and then you are scraping, but it's very easy to come off and clean up. I'm not going to do all that right now. I just want to show you guys how easy it was. And here is the completed template. Now I did go ahead and place some cardboard on the back of the template. Some people keep the backing for the template and they just take the sticky part, slap it onto the surface they're using, and then go from there. I prefer to keep these in folders, so I don't really want to stick it to my surface. So that's why putting something on the back works for me. But however way you guys like to do it, I'm sure it will be all right. The next thing is, let's go ahead and prepare to brush in our stones. I'm going to do one section at a time, and let's start. I got dots everywhere. Let's go ahead and start with blessed, and blessed is going to be in our SS6 stones, and we are going to simply just dump a little down, pull that out the way, and we are going to just brush. You can go in a circular motion and it's smooth. You don't have to add any pressure to what we're doing here. As you brush the stones in, which is actually, guys, it's quite relaxing in my opinion, they begin to fall into place. And they turn each other right side up. And then you just go all the way across. All right, and our stones are all in place for the first section of our design. We'll push these out the way. Before we move on to the transfer tape, we want to make sure that no stones are on top of one another and everything is flipped in the right direction. And I believe this looks pretty good. So let me grab my tape here, and I am going to cut it down to size because I will place each one on its own tape. I'm not going to just try to do that, guys. So we'll place each one on its own tape, and so I'll give this a cut. So what I like to do here, let's peel this off. Now, I would say take your time when it comes to this section. But, guys, this still makes me nervous. Although I have done many shirts, this still makes me nervous. I like to fold it here, so let's make sure. Fold it in the middle and place it down. It's almost like I'm playing chicken with it. And place it down. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Fold it. Place it down gently. God dog it, look y'all, I missed a couple of stones. It will be okay because we'll place those by hand. And then what you want to do is press to make sure that when you lift the tape up, it picks up everything. All right, so let's lift. And we are going to put this back on its little carrier sheet here until we're ready to use it. On to the next one. Now that we have everything transferred over to the tape, it's time to move on to the press. I have my press set at 325 degrees, and the first press is going to be pressed at 15 seconds, and from there we'll do a cold peel, and the second press will be pressed at 5 seconds. That's just to solidify the rhinestones. Now, as far as pressure is concerned, you want to go with medium pressure because you don't want to crack your stones. Alrighty, and we are placing this about 3 inches down from the neck. And I'm starting with the middle section. I guess that's what we'll call it, the actual words. I'm starting there first. And this actually looks pretty good. We're going to place some parchment paper. And like I said, first press, guys, is going in at 325 for 15 seconds. And we're gonna let this cool off because it should be cold peel. Okay, we are cooled down. All right. Now guys, normally you're supposed to go in for a second press, but which would be at 5 seconds, but I forgot we have 2 other sections to press, so I don't want to press the heck out of the shirt before I'm done. So let's just go ahead and move on to the next section. And I am going to put down the Simply. Place our parchment paper, and with this second press we are going to go in for 10 seconds. Once again, cold peel. And for the last section, we're going to go ahead and go in at 5 seconds. Alright guys, and to solidify everything, which we probably don't need it, but as I already mentioned, I got trust issues. We'll go in one last time at 325 for 5 seconds, and I'll meet you guys back over at the work table so we can check out the finished result. And we are all done, and I am loving the look. So yes guys, there are a few different steps to completing a project like this, but if you take your time, the results is really worth the effort. So I wanted to show you here. We have our template, and of course be sure to put it on backing if that works for you, because you can just slide it into a folder, and then when you're ready to make this shirt again for someone else, or if you want to do a different colorway for yourself, you absolutely can. And in that same folder I am going to put my tapes in there as well, because they're cut down to the proper size, so you're able to use these transfer tapes a few different times before they completely lose their stickiness. Another note I wanted to tell you was I did go ahead and add in an additional color, and that is with the heart here. I guess the color is like purplish blue. I don't know. I like the way it sparkles. So, you know, once I was brushing in the pink here, I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and make that another color. So as you can tell, once you get the template, it's pretty versatile depending upon what it is you want to do, your style, your taste, all that good stuff. And guys, this is all I have for you today. I just want to share with you all how to create rhinestone t-shirts. If you have any questions or concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know. If you found the video helpful or just plain old entertaining, could you go ahead and give it a like? But guys, as always, stay colorful, stay creative, and always find joy in the little things you do. Until next time, peace.